Good morning to our drivers. Good morning to our general manager, Munir. How are you, sir?
Good morning indeed to our drivers and to the owner of the company, Aldine. How's it going? Red Bull is the can of Red Bull is what open?
Yeah, the can of Red Bull is open. It is a zero sugar, which
Means
you
nothing.
never know. Yeah, you don't know. It doesn't give you fat, but it gives you cancer.
Question.
Yeah.
You've been on the road more than me. I've never been a professional driver. How long does a one can of Red Bull last?
Um, I uh, I actually watched a video yesterday saying that they did a study and they showed that Red Bull was one of the nastiest tasting drinks. And then they talked about, it's really interesting. He talked about, it's not advertised as a drink, as a drink to be enjoyed, like Fanta or like Coke or something. It's not advertised for its sweet taste. It's advertised for this other property of giving you energy. And they said, like all medicine pretty much tastes nasty. And our body processes how it enjoys that nasty taste of Red Bull because you're not drinking it seeking the good taste. You're drinking it seeking the energy that it gives you. And it's almost more beneficial when you make an energy drink to have a nasty taste because it tells the brain, this is in line with what I'm used to, right? This is a form of medicine more than it is a form of enjoyment. I mean, medicine as in, whatever energy boost. So it was interesting. But yeah, no, it doesn't last very long on the road, um, especially a good cold Red Bull.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember last summer when we went down to when you were in Bosnia, when we went down to Mostar, when we were coming back. I think for the duration of the trip, which was 1 hour and 15 minutes or 30 minutes, that was the duration of that Red Bull. Because when I came home, it was immediate shutdown.
Did it keep you up or were you able to shut down?
No, 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 no. It kept me up while I was driving. When I
Ah,
came home, I
got
had
it.
a shutdown.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know how much of it is placebo for people. Like, I feel like I could drink it and go straight to bed, but yet I still get it. So I don't know. I don't know. I think the mind is a powerful thing, and how much something is affecting you because of its own properties, and how much of it is affecting you because you think it is. I think that both play a role.
I hope our drivers are not leaning too much on a Red Bull.
We
Guys,
hope that
don't
they're
do it.
leaning on our app and load management and resting time more than they are on Red Bull.
Indeed.
Although right now in the market, too much driving is not the problem for most
Well,
people.
yesterday, by the way, we didn't have too much driving, but we had all around driving. I mean, everyone, almost everyone, 98% of our drivers were on the road yesterday. So
Awesome.
that's a good thing to
It
hear. I
is.
remember I was I spent some time in after hours last night as well, and I saw like maybe 3 or 4 drivers that were available for the whole day. Sadly, were not booked, but usually that number recently has been higher. But last night we almost cut down on any type of long waiting or waiting at
Yeah,
all. That was a
yeah.
good thing. So
Yeah,
complete
that's the goal.
contracts, yeah, complete opposite to what we spoke yesterday because Tuesday wasn't that great. Yesterday was amazing.
Yeah, so we went from 40 loads on Tuesday to 51 yesterday. Um, what we always talk about in the office is two drivers, they care individually whether they're booked or not. And we as a company can book 99 loads, but there's one driver that did not get a load. Well, to that one driver, he got no loads. He made zero money. right? So it doesn't matter for him that we as a company or the other 99 did make money, and that's kind of how we go into it.
Indeed,
Every load that we see.
100%. I have that in my mind when I provide such facts, but realistically, you know, there is something that you're trying to do every day, and that there is something that there's the there's the levels that you accomplish. And yesterday, more so than day before, that level was higher, or the accomplishment was like the bar was 98% full.
Yeah. Yeah, looks like we had 496 bids. We had a 10.3% win ratio, and we ended with 51 loads. Um, with that win ratio, of course, we could bring it up to whatever number we wanted. We just have to drop our prices down until we achieve that, and that's not the goal either. So the goal is to find the middle ground, the fine balance, between cutting that waiting time or having a decent win ratio with maximizing how much the drivers are making while they're on the road. Were there any memorable operational type of situations to deal with?
Well, apart from the usual, we don't have any like special case scenarios worth mentioning today. Uh, there were no any there were not any severe weather conditions out there. Then we didn't have long delays that I'm aware of from yesterday. So overall, I mean, I spent a couple of hours with Vedad last night. He worked second shift, and his part of the shift was unusually slow because of the not so many problems out there. But the good thing that I noticed yesterday was we booked couple of those juicy longer loads, north to south, south to north, that on some other days where we're unable to get, just because the rate per mile on those goes way below what we want to do.
Yeah, yeah, and that was part of what we were doing the last couple days with updating our pricing so that we are more competitive on those longer loads. Um, we're going to continue to, like we talked about before we started the recording, to add some format to these. We want them to be about 5 to 15 minutes, let's say, but we want it to be packed with good fun, good information, good data, useful stuff for our drivers to know. So we're gonna be throwing in like the longest load we booked, and kind of a breakdown of, out of our 50 loads that we got, how many of them were short, how many of them were medium size, and how many of them were long loads, so that we can start to kind of understand the data on a bit of a deeper level. Um, but yeah, unless you have anything else, we'll wrap it up there, and we'll share this with our fleet once again, and we'll continue to do this daily.
Not really. Just keep everyone out there. Stay safe. Have a good communication with dispatch as usual on anything that you need. Um, and yeah, we're gonna do our best to repeat yesterday or Monday, and try to get you guys booked. Anyone who was not booked, and there were few yesterday, couple of drivers only. I'm really sorry, guys, and we will do our best to get you in the first few hours of this of today to get you sorted.
Yeah, and just another thing I want to kind of sneak preview. We're always exploring things we can do in the app on the dispatch side to make the whole system and the whole process more fluid. One thing we're playing with is finding a way to show the dispatchers live as each load pops up what the drivers how active they've been in the last, let's say 7 days, or how active they were last week or this week or something, just so that the dispatcher sees right away, there's a load available and this driver hasn't had any work in the last couple days or hasn't had a good load. Um, so we're always looking for things we can do to improve that as well. But yeah, we'll conclude there.
Thank you, everyone.
All right, be safe.